Stop the bell.
Welcome to Mama What's Next, your career podcast for mums. This is our space to be brave, real, and authentic, and to really celebrate that. This podcast is all about trusting our inner voice and following the path that truly lights us up. Because let's be honest, life is too short to settle for anything less than your passion. I'm your host, Melie. Thank you so much for being here. Sometimes I feel there are days when I'm just completely manic and crazy, and I'm constantly rushing from the moment I get up in the morning to the moment I sit at home, finally bringing my little girl to bed at 10 p.m. And I actually tried to do it at 8:30, but here we go again. So the only time I get for myself is like an hour in the evening when I feel so exhausted and tired that I literally don't want to do anything. And I have found myself doing much, much better during these days when I stick to my magic morning routine. And I've been sharing this with some of my friends, mama friends, and it might be helpful for you too if you can manage to do this, because I feel it's completely changing my day and it's taking so much pressure off my shoulders when I start the day differently, when I start the day in a way that I first start to charge myself and I first look after myself before I look after everyone else. And I know it feels difficult sometimes to stick to particular routines, especially if mums are solo parenting. I know what that feels like. We are always on call for everybody. I also know that if you take little tiny baby steps, you can actually manage to not disappoint yourself anymore. And you're actually able to stick to your routine. And I have recently spoken about this with a good friend of mine, and she said it's so hard because I keep constantly disappointing myself, and it makes me feel even worse because I'm trying so hard to put a new routine into place, to start to exercise. And then I find myself just like running around like a little crazy monkey, and I just can't make it work. And it makes me even more frustrated because I'm telling myself I would change something, but in the end I'm not changing it. And that makes me so frustrated and so sad and so disappointed with myself. So from my experience, if you are attempting to do something for yourself, like changing a morning routine, tiny baby steps is what you need to change. Because if you can start with a tiny baby step, you will find that you actually can make it happen. You can actually make it work because you're not overcommitting yourself. So my magic mornings, they start with me actually staying in bed. So before I even get up, I turn on my meditation, and I'm doing there's a morning and evening meditation that I use regularly by Joy Dispenza actually. And it's starting my day almost every day. And I put it on my phone, I leave it on airplane mode. And while I'm still lying in bed, I'll take a sip of water and I put my headphones in and I'm listening to 15-20 minutes of meditation while I'm still lying in bed, because I found as soon as I get up, I feel that invisible pressure on my shoulders that potentially my child could wake up. It might sound silly to some, but I've just experienced so many times that, especially when I'm feeling, oh, she could wake up, she definitely will. So, and that moment that I actually wanted to carve out for myself is gone. So what I have worked out to be the best solution for myself is I'm actually lying in bed. I lie next to her when the days that she's sleeping in my bed, and I will do that meditation before even getting up. And then I get up, I try and integrate. Some days that works, some days it doesn't. I will integrate like 10, 15 minutes yoga, stretching, some exercise in the morning. And most days I will be able to do some journaling and write down some of my thoughts that come up. And I call it soul writing. I have heard this before to be, a good technique when you're sitting in silence, just trying to channel whatever comes up for you in the moment. That's really helped me, grounded me, and has given me this, moment of silence and stillness in the morning while I'm having my coffee and a glass of water. I give myself like 10 to 15 minutes to do just that after the meditation. And so these 3 things I do basically before my child even gets up. So it really sets me up for a great day. I feel relaxed. I feel like I have given myself something. I have recharged my batteries before I'm giving everything to everyone else. And I feel it's really giving me the balance that I need, to attack the day. Well, as an attack, like to start the day off well, essentially, right? So if you are still trying to integrate some kind of a morning routine for yourself, similar to this one, then I highly recommend picking just one thing you are wanting to do and just start with 1 day a week. Just start with 1 day a week, and I promise you, if you tell yourself, okay, I'm doing a meditation for 10 minutes a day, 1 day every week from now on, in the morning before I even get up, you will see it's going to work. Because you are not overcommitting yourself. It's a small, achievable goal. And the more you actually commit and make it work, you don't disappoint yourself anymore. You're actually keeping to your promises. It will make you feel amazing, I promise. So I highly recommend integrating little elements like this in your morning, to give yourself time before everybody else wakes up, to give yourself space and room to breathe and to relax and to just be in your own space, be in your own energy, and just take up room just for yourself. Because I find as a mom, and especially solo parents, it's extremely challenging to find these moments and this space during the day. And I have found this to be the best possible option to integrate that space in my day, to do it before everybody else gets up, before the world wakes up. And it's a great way to reconnect with yourself and with your soul and feel yourself, feel your emotions, whatever comes up, whatever thoughts come up, and just to have space for that to come up, because otherwise we're just all in that busyness constantly. And I don't know about you, but the time in the evening when I finally bring my little girl to bed at 10 o'clock, I don't have the energy anymore. And it feels like I'm so depleted. And sometimes I even still have to work at that time. I just don't have the energy and the space. And yeah, I just find that doesn't work for me. So, but you might be different. Either way, that's just something I wanted to share with you today about my magic mornings and how I create them. And maybe it's helpful to you too. Thanks for listening. Until next time. Bye. All right. Hello. And I'm so grateful you were here today, tuning in and showing up for yourself. If you love this episode, can I ask for a quick high five? Yes, that's right. Just hit that subscribe button at the top and leave me a review and share this episode with someone who could use a little inspiration today. Your support really means the world. Let's also give ourselves a big hug for showing up, being honest, and supporting each other on this incredible journey. Don't forget to check the show notes for links to connect with me on Instagram and LinkedIn. I'd really love to keep in touch. Until next time, keep being the incredible real you that the world needs. I'll see you back here soon. Bye.